You know when a card comes out and you immediately look at it and just immediately say to yourself like, yeah, this you have to get this card. You will get your ass bust regardless if dog. Khonshu is the newest card to release in Marvel Snap. As of this video, he's only been out for 2 days. However, I guarantee that everyone has been playing nothing but discard builds the entire duration. That's how broken this card is. We'll get to that. Marvel Snap releases a new card damn near every week. A lot of strong cards, a lot of mid cards, but specifically the season pass cards be the strongest ones, from being honest. But only a few that I would consider game breaking. For me, it was just one card, Doctor Doom 2099. I saw that card with Doctor Doom, with Blue Marvel, yeah, him. That combo immediately made me drop keys to pick that fool up. Never have I seen a card that could easily splash into any deck. Even with the nerf, the first nerf that they had, it was still, that card was OP strong. But yeah, anyway, fuck that dude. We got a new champ right now. Khonshu is absolutely top tier. I feel like people playing Snap right now have seen plenty of discard decks in their daily play, and it's obvious why. Khonshu is similar to Apocalypse, except he somehow also has a better version of Ghost Rider's effect built into him. What, WTF. The shenanigans from that sentence alone is insane. Dog, look at him. His attack stat's not even popping like that, but it's just the effect around him is just nuts. When discarded, returns in the next phase, and just to give you a heads up, his next phase he gets an increased attack power up to 3 phases. After you discard him 3 times, he actually goes in the discard pile permanently. So I feel like there's a built-in protection to not overspam, because if he can keep gaining attack power, he would easily replace Apocalypse, hands down. But let's look at the reveal effect in addition to it. Resurrect a discarded card to another location with its power set to 5, and as you've seen with the next phase, the power is set higher. So you've already seen combinations where people are dropping 12 attack Iron Mans, etc. It's just that good, but it's just so many other cards he combos with that just makes him nuts. For example, Wong. Wong doubling that effect is nuts. There's no lane that survives that. I'd say that it's more consistent and easier to set up than he's easier to set up than Onslaught, the Living Tribunal, and Iron Man. That combo alone, you need 7 turns to really get that popping unless you have a great hand. Khonshu bypasses all of that. Just chuck him in the grave, he'll put him back on the field with a higher power. Nuts. There are so many ways to dissect how overpowered this card is. Comparing them to 6 cost cards, for example, classic Dr. Doom summons a Doombot on the opposite lanes or the other 2 lanes. Khonshu, this fool, he just puts any creature in the discard pile regardless of their attack and makes them 5 attack, 8 attack, and 12 attack. That's nuts compared to Dr. Doom, if I'm being honest. Wong, Gore the God Butcher, Iron Man, obviously. There's just, honestly, it doesn't even matter the attack power. You can chuck Gambit. You can chuck Corvus Glaive, Arnim Zola. Hell, Odin. It don't matter. Konshu will just bring him back at a higher attack power and have him trigger their effect from another location. There are ways to protect Khonshu to make sure he don't get touched, and not to mention he's a sneak attack card, so you don't really know when he's going to come out. And then speaking of Corvus Glaive, if you get your magic increase, you could put him on the field, Khonshu. You could put Khonshu on the field at turn 5, and again, just go crazy nuts on that early. You can save the Apocalypse play for turn 6 and just close out the match on whatever lane that you want, because he'll probably be boosted by then as well. Khonshu makes it okay to just discard all of your cards randomly. He'll bring back 1 or 2 of them, and they'll be so powered up it won't even matter. That's not what I'd call a good game design. You can literally chuck anything now, and you have Khonshu, Hela, and Ghost Rider to now bring back cards from the discard pile. Not even speaking of Fenrir Wolf, one of the newest series cards that if you manage to have your opponent discard or destroy one of their cards, you can bring it back as well. So there's just a lot of combo potentials with this card. There are so many decks that you can put them in that never even had to discard, but can maybe discard 1 or 2 cards for some effect. For example, Gambit. Easy effect, easy discard cost. Pop a card on the field, bring it back later with Khonshu. Yo, Khonshu is so good that you can literally have Gambit and Khonshu and put them in any deck and it'll flow. It'll work. Assuming you play Gambit first, whatever you discard will literally just come back, powered up. It should not work like that. It should not be an easy combo to pull off, is what I'm saying, especially regarding he's a 6-cost card. There are ways to get him out early, especially if you're just chucking randomly. I didn't even mention Electro. Again, there's just too many ways to work with this card. Khonshu's so broken that Wong now needs to get nerfed. The fact that you can ship Gambit and Wong and pop 2 with Grandmaster allowing you to also just double dip or triple dip, if you think about it, into these discard effects, it's insane. Morbius is OP. The Collector, OP. Not gonna lie, they had potential, the Collector and Morbius, but their power can just shoot through the roof now with regard to how much you can discard due to Khonshu's availability. Hell, you don't need Hela anymore. You can splash her in for the lows, and it doesn't matter if you hit her or not. You can just chuck her, bring her back at 8, 12 power. She'll bring back another discarded card. You don't need her because Khonshu himself can bring back discarded cards. That is just so much power in circulation. You have Ghost Rider available. You have Hela. You have now Khonshu. You can chuck your entire hand and go nuts because one of those cards, when you draw them, will bring back something, will just make you go so plus. It's insane. I got to go back to Wong for a second. Khonshu's so broken that Wong is in trouble now. This card, the fact that you can double any reveal effects, needs to change. That new Falcon, Joaquin Torres Falcon, that's a proper design of a double effect for 1-cost creatures only. Wong, I hope he's going in that direction where they kind of tune him for a specific cost where you can double the effect. The fact that he's blanket, that you can double 3, 4-cost, and 5-cost card effects and just double that willy-nilly is insane now, considering the format that we in. Double Gambit is nuts. Double M.O.D.O.K is nuts, especially considering that you're doing so much discarding. You have Blade, Colin Wing, etc. Double M.O.D.O.K on top of that, you have an extremely overpowered Apocalypse or ready, set Khonshu ready to hit the field on turn 6. There is nothing that you can do about that if you have space to play the card, or at least there is very little room to cover that anticipation. Like, it's a little 8 to 12 power card that's going to generate another card at a random location with 8 to 12 power. What can you do to really stop that? Honestly, I wanted to send this video to everyone as a public service announcement to have as much fun playing this build as possible. It is absolutely easy to get to infinite now with this card. Enjoy your fun now, because there's no way that Khonshu is not getting nerfed to hell high noon at some point in the future soon, because he is easily taking over the format. He's more popular than Agamotto. And Agamotto's a pretty good card. I like the 4 spells and the random effects they have, but Khonshu easily shits on that. I had a match. My opponent played Rock Slide and put 2 rocks into my build. I drew one of the rocks and I discarded it. Khonshu, I played him and he brought back that rock and he brought it back at 8 power. A rock at 8 power. What do you do to stop that? If that's not shenanigans, I don't know what to tell you. Dog, Khonshu is OP. Wong and Khonshu are broken. This shit needs to get changed ASAP. The end.